What's up, everybody? It's your boy Munchiezzz. Welcome back to Munchiezzz Plays. We're back out here in Frechdachs for the Can You Survive 25 challenge. Episode 22. We're sitting on Farm 3 right now. If we pull up the map, we have 4 cotton fields. 27 we harvested. 9 is ready to harvest. 8 is ready to harvest. And 25 is ready to harvest. So we are going to harvest up our 3 cotton fields. And if you look over to the left, you notice we have another field over here that wasn't there before. I purchased field 7 because we do have sheep over here and they require grass. And in order to feed them grass, we needed a grass field. So this field came up. It was rather inexpensive. So we're going to end up planting that with grass too. As I mentioned in the previous episode when we were on Farm 2, we are going to be switching everything over to precision farming. So we won't be planting grass until everything's harvested and we get precision farming in. And these 3 fields, these 3 cotton fields here, are the last thing we have to harvest before we can switch over. So with that said, let's head over to our cotton harvester, jump in it, and head over to the fields and start taking care of our cotton harvest. I'll meet you at the field. All right, we're at our first field. Let's unfold this thing. We'll reset our bale counter. That way we know what we pull off. All right, let's set up our steering assist here. 3 headlands should be fine. We'll hit OK. We'll line up. We'll lock on. Lower the harvester. Turn her on. And let's get us some cotton, baby. Let's go.
Farm 3, it's time to shine. Let's drop some white gold. Big blue colossus crawling slow and true. Cotton popping off the stalk like dew. The road stretching wide in the Frechdachs sun. First cotton pull, this field's run. Every bale's a mark I've made, turning dirt and sweat into trade. White lines, blue steel rolling on, from nothing to Bales standing strong. Frechdachs, dirt under harvest skies. This is how a farmer rides, big blue humming cotton flies. Farm 3's raising white lines high. Dust swirls soft as the harvest sings. Colossus feeding that conveyor ring. Every bale's a story told of grit and steel and farmer's gold. Neighbors watch and wonder why, but they ain't seen this field sky. White lines, blue steel rolling on, from nothing to Bales standing strong. Frechdachs, dirt under harvest skies. This is how a farmer rides, big blue humming cotton flies. Farm 3's raising white lines high. This ain't just fluff, it's the weight I bear. It's risk and hope spun through the air. From planted seeds to harvest song, this field's where I belong. White lines, blue steel rolling through cotton fields under sky so blue. Frechdachs, fields, and Colossus pride. I'm harvesting life on this epic ride. From farmhand dreams to empire bold, I'm pulling white lines like threads of gold.
Right, we're finishing up our first field of cotton. We got this little strip to clean up here. We ended up pulling 4 bales off of this field. Not too shabby, way better than we did on our first cotton field that we harvested. That first field we harvested was rough. Let's put it that way. So I'm excited to see what we actually pull off of these 3 fields. This field is officially done. We'll head to the next field, which is right across the way there. I'm curious if we get more or less. I think we'll end up with 1 bale less. We shouldn't have to set up steering assist or anything. Everything should already be there. We should just have to lock on and go. Absolutely. So with that said, let's lock on. And let's get us some more cotton, baby. Let's go.
Crawling through the road, cotton tumbling a soft white flow. Last field standing on this third farm's ground, season's final chapter coming round. Every twist of that feeder reel writes the story that I feel. Last pull of white Colossus roars, harvest us through machine wide doors. Frechdachs sun on a cotton seed. This is how survival's supposed to be. From dawn to dusk, I'll run this fight on Farm 3's last pull of white. Tank's getting full, but I ain't slowing down. Ain't leaving no cotton on this ground. Bale after bale, stacking tall and tight, running this field like it's my right. Every bale's a trophy earned, proof of seasons that I turn. Last pull of white Colossus roars, harvest us through machine wide doors. Frechdachs sun on a cotton seed. This is how survival's supposed to be. From dawn to dusk, I'll run this fight on Farm 3's last pull of white. This ain't just harvest, it's who I am. It's diesel, blood, and working hands. When the last bale drops out the back, I'll tip my hat and never look back. Last pull of white with blue steel pride, cotton flying on a freedom ride. From empty fields to bales so bright, I'm finishing strong.
right, we finished up our second field. We pulled two 2 3/4 bales off of this one. You guys have already watched me do 2 fields. I'm gonna knock out that 3rd field, and I'll meet you when I'm done. See you in a bit. All right, we finished our cotton harvest. We ended up pulling 3.5 bales off of this field for a total of 9.5 bales for these 3 fields on this harvest. Not too shabby, we'll take that. All in all, for this cotton harvest, we ended up with 12.5 bales. I think that's respectable. Let's empty out this bale here. There we go. We'll fold this baby up. And let's get it back to the farm, and we'll grab a tractor and trailer and pick these bales up. All right, we got our tractor and trailer over here, sitting there just waiting for us. All right, let's get some bales picked up. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now we're going to be going to precision farming, which means I can no longer do my favorite thing. We can't plow. And since all we really do is cotton and it leaves behind so much, rather than cultivate, why don't we facilitate a mulcher and get the extra percentage? Take advantage of the game. If it's going to give it to us, let's do it. Now, I really wanted to use this right here. Wait a second. I just had $1 million idea. Seeing the bedner next to it, we're going to have a grass field soon. We're going to need a mower. Rather than buy a mower and a mulcher separately, what if we come in here and grab the back wing? We can mulch and we can mow our grass. And it's way cheaper than buying both, or even just a mulcher. I think that's a no-brain situation right there. I'm glad I thought about that before we pulled the trigger. We'll set this up with our BKTs. Our colors will keep the same as everything else. Our main color will stick with the Harvest Moon Blue. Our detail color will stick with the Harvest Moon Silver. Frame color, we'll go with the Harvest Moon Blue. And for our rim color, it's going to get dirty anyways, but who cares? Let's get some chrome tires. Let's get them chromies, make them shine. And here we go. Not too shabby. Let's buy it up. And I'll restart the game with precision farming. Be right back. Okay, we have precision farming activated. First order of business, we need to know the information of our fields. All right, so we need to come in and we need to go over to precision farming all the way at the end. And we need to purchase soil information for all of our fields, Farm 2 and Farm 3. So we'll purchase our field information for 2,800. And we'll go for field 25 for 2,450. Field 8 for 3,850. And field 9 for 2,975. Looks like we're definitely going to have some work to do there. That is for sure. It's not looking the greatest. We'll do the same thing on Farm 2. Purchase for 35. For 3,850. That's looking a little bit better. Field 37. For 3,150. Field 38 for 2,975. And last, field 39 for 3,675. And that's probably the best looking field we have out of all of them. Wow. Now that we have our field information, it's time to get our fields in order. And that means first we need to mulch. Then we need to lime. And I'm sure there's something else in there. We'll get to it. Let's get to work. Let's disconnect from this trailer. And let's go grab our Batwing. There she be in all her beauty. We'll connect to her. And let's head out to the first field. I'm going to do a montage of all 4 fields. I'm not going to do each field individually. And then we'll move on. All right, we're at our field. Let's unfold this beast. Set up our steering assist. We'll do 3 headlands. Okay. Let's drop it down like it's hot. We'll turn her on. Lock her on, and let's get to mulching.
almost done. Now let's finish the job. Big blue magnum thundering slow, bat wings spinning through the cotton rows, stalks cracking down under steel and might, turning last year's fight into clean new sight. Ain't no glory in this dust, but this is the work a farmer must. Grind it down, leave nothing standing, clearing the fields for the next year's planting. Batwing teeth rip through the past, so the future's ready to rise up fast. On Farm 3's dirt, I'm laying it right. Gonna grind it down tonight. Cotton's gone, but the field ain't free. Gotta chop it off for what's gonna be. Mulch roaring like a dragon's call, cleaning Frechdachs from wall to wall. Some folks think this part is small, but it's the start of growing it all. Grind it down, leave nothing standing, clearing the fields for the next year's planting. Batwing teeth rip through the past, so the future's ready to rise up fast. On Farm 3's dirt, I'm laying it right. Gonna grind it down tonight. From seeds to bales, from rows to dust, a farmer's work is built on trust, and every pass I run today is making room for better ways. Grind it down, hear the steel bite, cotton ghosts vanish out of sight. Next year's dream starts here and now, behind Big Blue, I'll show you how. Farm 3's ready for the fight, 'cause I grind it down right.
All right, the mulching is done. Let's fold this bat wing up. Take it back to our farm. Now that's all we're gonna do to prepare for precision farming right now. There's so much more to do. We'll do that on the next video. But we do have one more thing to do before we end this episode. We have a bunch of potatoes that we harvested when we first got this farm. And we have cotton we need to do something with, as well as wool from our sheep. Let's jump up into our construction menu. And we'll go to factories and scroll all the way down to the bottom. And we're going to grab this farm production right here. Scroll in a little bit. We'll give her a little turnaround. We're going to put her down right in here. We're going to come in and soften everything up. Make everything nice and smooth. All the way around. Go to our paint, find our grass. Right there. Paint over that. And there we go. We got a new production. Now this is going to be multifunctional. We're going to use this for our potatoes, our cotton, and our wool. Let's see how much potatoes it holds. We'll throw some potatoes in there. We'll scroll down and find potatoes. 100,000 liters. All right, let's disconnect from our Batwing. Go pick up our trailer. There she is right there. And there we go. Let's take her over to the silo and go fill her up with 100,000 liters of potatoes. Let's find our potatoes. And let's fill her up. All right, we got 97,000 liters. That will give us a good start. Take this over to our production. And dump them in there. And let's fire up this production. Incoming delivery. Let's jump into our production. And for potatoes, I believe we can make potato chips. Let's see, potato chips, potato soup. Potato chips are going to be the better money. Let's see what the recipe is. We're going to need canola oil for that. What is potato soup? Well, let's make some potato soup then. Sounds good to me. We'll activate that. And we'll fill up the rest next episode as well. We'll wait till we get some more wool going on. And we'll call that an episode. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me, Munchiezzz, and coming to Munchiezzz Plays. It's been a productive episode. Next episode is going to be insane. I'm going to end this episode like I end every episode. Come on back. Let's see what kind of madness we can create. Everyone have a wonderful day. Have a spectacular night. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.